Presidential Tax Reform Committee and the governors of the 36 states have reached an agreement on how to share the value-added tax. At the conclusion of their meeting, the governors have approved the distribution of VAT revenues according to following criteria: 50% equality, which is what is currently in place, 30% derivation, which is different from the 20% currently in use, and 60%, which was suggested by the Presidential Tax Reform Committee, led by Mr. Taiwo Oyedele. So, joining us to discuss is, of course, Arise business analyst Chika Mbonu. Happy Friday, sir. Good morning.
Thank God it's Friday, Rocky.
Oh, goodness. I can't tell you how happy I am.
Thank God it's Friday.
You're welcome.
Yes.
So, what do you make of these developments?
Oh, yeah. The tax...
We talked taxes yesterday with FIRS.
Yes. My friend, the governors again.
Your favorite
the governors again. And, the revenues of a state, usually it can be broadly be divided into two. The federally allocated, the contract from what they call the FAC allocation, and the internally generated revenue, which is the IGR, which is due to the effort of the state governors directly in their states, and so with the drive and passion with which the governors pursued this VAT matter, I wish you can just go back and use it to pursue the internally generated revenue, which is totally under their control. Right. Not that Abuja shared the FAC allocation and that. See, VAT in a bigger issue is a form of tax that is very relevant because it enables you, a lot of people who are not in the tax net, who are not paying their other corporate or personal taxes, will somehow go and buy things. Right. They must buy things, whether it's electronics or other things. So in that way, you must capture them in their spending or come into the tax net. So VAT is very important revenue for the country. And so the issue has been, how do we share that revenue? Right. And you thought about it in your rundown. Initially, or the current situation was that all the money is brought into the basket from the whole country, and then on that basis, 20% is shared on the basis of derivation. Derivation means where the revenue came from. How much did each state VAT come from Imo State, how much VAT came from Lagos State, and so on and so forth. So if the total VAT in that basket is 100 naira, so they will take 20 naira out for on the derivation and share it among the states. On the basis of how much each state contributed. And they will take 50% and share equally. So 15 naira will be shared, divided 36 states or plus FCT divided by 36 or 37, and then of course the other one based on population. That's what exists now. Now our smart president came in and said, see, we must reward diligence. We must reward states who are entrepreneur, who are helping companies that produce VAT, to profit from it. And so I want to change the formula to 60% derivation to encourage states to go back and encourage create the enabling environment for companies to thrive in their communities on their states, so that VAT in their states, regions or states will grow. Right. And that basis, that was the sense of that. But and you and me know that what I'm talking about in this program regularly, there are a lot of the states, sadly, will say it, are consumption centers. Right. You can see that from the fact that for some states, remember what I said I said the total revenue of a state is 100 naira. Some of it must come from FAC, some of it come from internal generated revenue. For some states, the IGR, internal generated revenue, is barely 10% of the total revenue. That means little or nothing happens in those states. And those are the states that go there to go and, and fight. Instead of going back to go and sort themselves out and that. So those are the people who are very eloquent and very prominent about defending this and using everything on the table. Nationally this, that, want to shortchange this, and but they got their way. And so the final thing now is derivation. Remember the three sharing criteria: derivation, equality, and population. So they left derivation at 50% as it is now. Equality, equality at 50% as it is now. Derivation was 20 before. They just took 10% from the population and put in there.
Yeah.
You know, a little competition for those who are originating the money.
Yeah.
You know, so that's basically what they're saying. And of course, they said again that we can increase VAT. Good for the citizens.
Yeah.
Because the plan was this year to 10, and the next year to 12.5, and then up to 15% to align with the other African countries. And of course, they said corporate tax also should not be reduced. But the objective, government said, let's increase VAT and reduce corporate tax to incentivize companies. You know, but you know, a lot of states are that. But so I say it again that you know they're going their way. The issue again is that my governor, Chief Uzodimma, the Senator Uzodimma, said, acknowledge. Governor Sule Nasarawa acknowledged that the states have been flush with money arising from the twin effects of the exchange rate devaluation and the removal of subsidy.
Yeah, so FAC has gone up.
And FAC has gone up.
Yeah.
But have we seen any change in the life of citizens?
That's the question.
A lot of people are still owed salaries.
Yep.
Pensioners are still being owed. A lot of the roads are still debt traps. Hospitals are still consulting clinics. And you know, and what we see now is some governors are living this thing big. The convoys have already increased, and so on and so forth. But they should go back and actually think about legacies and that, you know, knowing that if you improve the living conditions and the quality of life in your states, you know, businesses will thrive. Your IGR will improve. Even the VAT from your state will improve. You know, look at Aba, for example. Aba used to be a commercial center for the East there. There are a lot of inter-country trade from West African coast. A lot of people come and know, used to come from Togo, Cameroon, all those come to that. At the time, they couldn't come because the roads were no more travel. You know, but, you know, and we talked and spoke and everything. But when this current governor came in there, and he just focused on Aba, and suddenly things are happening now. You know, so governors, congratulations that you have gotten your way, but the issue is, let this increased earnings reflect in the life of citizens of our country. We're not seeing them yet. CBN.
Yes, another of your favorite topics.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, shouldn't be celebrating this really because CBN is supposed to be because this what they're pushing at now is already been done in most of the banks in Nigeria. You know, most of the banks in Nigeria is sitting. Nobody moves physical vouchers and documents these days. You know, things are moved electronically and moved from table to your laptop to your system to your system. And people approve and decisions and things are moved faster. You know, but we're happy that they finally come on board with a new governor. And they're pushing those narratives. I'm happy they're doing that. For the MDAs, they say the objective is, I'm surprised that CBN is still working on how to make them withdraw cash faster. You know, withdraw cash faster. That's one of the objectives of that program. I'm surprised. Because these days, you know, we thought that they were moving towards cashless banking, being pushed by CBN. Then how are you designing a program that will make the MDAs withdraw cash faster? Can't the MDAs move towards digitalization and making payments online instead of carrying all the cash they're carrying? You know that. You know, so for me, that's what it is there. But it's commendable. It's going to make decisions faster, reduce the cost of operation, reduce errors for them, and so on and so forth. It is come with that.
Just one last question, Chika. So I mean, technology and reducing corruption and improving efficiency. That is still the overarching theme. So once that technology, it reduces the number of human intervention. Which is good, you know, so things get to flow faster, and then you know they're more predictable. Human interventions are limited, you know, so that's that. And CBN becomes tidy and decision making and faster decision making. You know,